What up, though? This B-Boy Reg.
I'm DJ Butter, y'all.
It's Funky
Funky Fresh in the flesh.
Flesh. What's going
DJ
on?
Butter. When you bone your girls, you better use a rubber. Shit, we back, man. Just checking out the daily news, man. They illing instead of chilling, you know?
Everybody getting sued. Epstein
Man.
Epstein Island disappeared.
Say the
they
file
like
cabinet disappeared.
they let Puff off. We're gonna make Epstein documents disappear.
Man.
Is Shannon Sharp people that they the accuser didn't show up, the attorney didn't show up.
For real? Wow.
Yeah, he went to
I can't hear you, Red.
I said the Puff thing probably started a chain reaction.
Mm.
You know? So it's crazy. Hey, we was talking about Nicki Minaj suing Jay Z. Is she suing Jay Z and Rock Nation, or just Rock Nation, and they just keep putting Jay's name in it?
I think it's as a whole, like you can't just if Jay-Z is a part of an entity and
Right.
investment group, I think it's a whole. The, his everybody's in partner with him with Rock Nation and
Okay.
names like
So
that.
she's suing the company as well as all the investor owners, and they
Yeah,
just
I
probably
think it's
throwing J name in the media because it's the most known name or something.
right, right.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, I mean, yeah, people. Jay always a target, man. And like
Yeah,
we was talking about earlier, like people keep saying why he don't help Dame out, and I was saying like who's people never ask the question: do Dame even want Jay Z's help? You know what I'm saying? Like as a grown man having a real conversation, you think about it. If you and a business partner, y'all had pretty much equal opportunity, and you chose a path and they chose a different path, and you spent your money one way, they invested their money different. But if you felt like you was wronged by a person, who's to say you want their help after all of these years? We still talking about it 20, 25 years later, which is
mm,
crazy. So I don't know.
yeah,
Nobody ever asked that question. Just Jay should give him a couple mil, but who's to say Dame want it from Jay? You
right.
know?
I mean, you see, well, it was a rumor that Jay gave him something recently, but that I don't know if that's allegedly or whatever it is.
Right.
You know, I don't know. Some people, they don't really see what when corporate America really get in there and divide and conquer. When that's the all time business. I mean, it's just that. Look at how the whole label fall. Like you
Yeah.
know, Freeway stayed consistent. But just Kanye he flourished out of that situation. But it was the state property tour and stuff is happening now, and Benny Siegel, and that's a beautiful thing to see. Them continuing, but it's it's strength in numbers, man. Think he wanted to change his whole squad, and the beautiful thing was is that Memphis Bleak said he pretty much said I can tell we was ignorant around him, so Jay-Z had to change his surroundings.
Yeah.
So
I
for a
mean,
person, go ahead.
that's the maturity, man. Like we was
Yeah,
talking about, like when you get old, we confuse being mature with not being cool no more, right?
right.
And the older you get, you got to look back at some of the stuff you was doing and just be like, oh, that was ignorant, that was dumb. Like I'm still who I am. I'm still from where I'm from, But at the end of the day, I'm moving. I'm making more mature moves. I'm doing better stuff with my money, my investment, and my time. So who's to say I owe anybody anything? We had the same opportunity.
Right.
So like, you get three people, they all start out investing the same amount, getting the same amount out. But what they do with their money on their personal time, some people, I mean, you could take any three people and give them the same amount of money, you're gonna get a different result. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna be broke out of the three over a period of time, or they're not going to be as wealthy because everybody's spending habits different. Everybody risk uh, to- tolerance for risk is different. So
Mm-hmm.
some people good at partnering with people and leveraging relationships. Some people not. So
Mm-hmm.
it just seemed like you see that dynamic with Dame, Biggs, and Jay, and you see the outcome of that. But it's just crazy. Everybody's like, Jerry should help him out. But he's his own man. Who's to say he
But
wants to
you
help?
know, it's still that side of the game. It's like passionate people gotta protect their passion. You know,
Right,
when people have that shark mentality, it's like all they thinking about is numbers, this, that, boom, 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 boom. Dame is a passionate person,
right,
period. Like for him to go ahead and try to build something outside of Jay-Z solo thinking.
right,
They made a lot of millionaires out of that situation. A lot of got 100,000aires. It's like, look at our rap community. It's like these guys hardly can share opportunity.
right.
Guys barely can share a platform or share something to say, let's try. You know what I'm saying? Those guys, look at all them guys that even talk bad about Puffy. Majority of them people he done cut a check to.
Yeah, yeah,
This the game. I mean, the way Puffy sacrificed on the highest level with his passion, persistence, patient, dealing with all the underworld of that stuff. I see it myself. It's like, wow, I seen him up front passing out tapes and this and that and boom, you know, j- trying to get that brand going and things like all the people that was around him. Like when it's
yeah,
that time to fall, it's like everybody go. They calling over Redenbacher and grabbing their popcorn. This is life. This is this
yeah,
is how this is how America is. This is how Black America is. Like, but it's just being persistent and passionate and protecting it and making sure you got some paper so that I told you so shit don't hit you so hard. People are
right.
so big on that I told you so. You know,
Do
you
you
know
think
people.
do you think in that situation, like, do you think so? It's a couple angles we got to look at it. Like, so let's say you came up with somebody, y'all boys or whatever, and you know them thick and thin. Y'all hang out, y'all ride or die together, right? And all of a sudden they get accused for something, right? And you never knew this side of them. All you know is who y'all were, how y'all were coming up. Y'all not as tight anymore. Is it possible to be like, yeah, I knew them, but I didn't know that about them? Because everybody got something going on that you don't know about, that you're around, whether it's good or bad. I'm not saying it's always bad, right? But like it's people you will know and you'll be like, oh, I didn't know they were a pianist. You know what I'm saying? But in this case, it's something different. It's negative, and you might be like, damn, I really didn't know them like I thought I did. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's thorough to say, but at the end of the day, how many niggas drink champagne together and sit down to eat crab legs and lobster? Niggas don't have time and patience to even give each other that spirit. A white party,
Exactly.
a black party, or just a
Right.
getaway, a men's club, or
Right.
fellowship. People so big on fellowship in the world, but That's again, it's protecting your passion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just that. You know when you know people gonna turn anyway. Like, you know, when your hands is dirty or you got somebody dirty with you, you know the consequences or whatever it is, you have your protection there, your lawyer on speed dial, whatever.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You can't I can't go hang out with at a hip hop party with one of my gangster friends, knowing I got
Yeah.
shit going on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And knowing he ain't gonna handle it how well I handle it. But
Right.
that's still my friend. Let me,
I
you know what I'm saying?
yeah. Like
I got friends that say, "Hey man, let me bring the heater." No, we got backpacks and incense at this park.
right.
You
This ain't
know,
that party. Right. But it go to show like now I think people gonna be mindful of who they party with, who they take photos with. Cause like um if you in a celebrity eye, if you were more than 3 or 4 photos at different events with people, like let's just say I'm in a photo with Kelly Rowland more than 4 times in 1 year. We just so happen to be at the same event all of a sudden and the public can make that like you're a couple. You see what I'm saying? But it's like, damn, we just seen each other and took a photo because maybe we did music together or whatever the case may be. But it's like, if some stuff came out, it'd be like, oh, I don't know her like that. You know what I'm saying? People would think I turned my back on her when in actuality. But if you got this long history with somebody, it seemed like you had to see something going on, but it's crazy because like I seen Marlon Wayans and a few other people say I was at his parties, right? I used to party with him all the time. I never seen none of the stuff they was talking about. People completely overlooked the celebrities that said that. All they wanted was the people to be like, yeah, I knew something was up, even though they couldn't prove they seen anything. They just said they knew something was up. So it's it's such a wild game when it comes to the media, man. How you just and
you
how
know,
people turn their back on you.
yes, you know, one thing I can say is that it's just a situation. Watch who you get money with, like, and then you
Yep.
know you fold on them, and then he didn't keep his record label stuff going as well as the liquor was like this, and the record label and the
Yep.
music and curating was down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like somebody said, Black Rob was hustling before he passed on the corner, selling chronic and stuff. It's like, wow, it's like it was no, you know, no urgency to say, okay, let me protect my brand. These guys I done built, no matter what they're going through. And I think it's a domino effect of karma, and I think it's God is putting out there saying celebrity worship is
Yeah.
change your
Yep.
thoughts on the celebrity worship,
Let,
and
let me
that
ask you, let me ask you this. Do you think because it says a lot about a person for them to not have out of all the people you had business relationships with or friendships with, it's hard to think that nobody came out to their defense, right? And do you think people didn't come to the defense because of the type of allegations? Like if let's say like the situation with Shine and all of that, right? Um, people will support you if you shot somebody, but in this case, people was like, "No, I don't want no parts of that." Even though I don't think he do it, a lot of people publicly wouldn't say it, right? So, do you think it's because of the type of allegations, or he really just didn't have people that had his back and had those type of strong relationships with people that they was ride or die with him?
it's most of the time you got to realize that you're the friend. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? I realize that even more as I get older when you do the calling, you doing the building. And I think
Right.
that's just what he got to realize. I mean, he got a full family and grandkids, and I think it's just time for his family, man. I think he been making money for a long time, and I think he just the art of just slowing down from the party, man. I think it's just that, he
Yeah.
he put a lot on the line just to have, you know, black hip hop success, you know.
Yeah.
And you look at Master P and those guys that did so much for the culture. And he just say, okay, I'm a coach football, coach basketball. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Is the game kind of do that to you when you say, damn, I done did all the calling. I hooked all the people, put this money in everybody's pocket. You know, I, just sitting back looking at life. It's just those type of people got to protect their passion.
Yeah. I'm gonna write a song for Puffy when he get back. Oh, you know how they had that song called Act Bad? That was terrible timing. So I'm especially he come out with songs Act Bad. I'm gonna write a song called SYAD, Sit Your Ass Down. Like sit your ass down. I'm gonna
Uh,
go play golf, sit your ass down. Get money and sit your ass down, puppy.
Shit,
No, but
a lot of people don't know he executive produced Nipsey Hussle last album. I mean that, and I just thought he if he would have stayed in that, man, there's so much he can do. It's just that when you get drunk, it ain't come with the drugs. It's the domino effect of all the women and
yeah,
this and that.
you have all the women around you and stuff, and groupies and male and female groupies. Probably just caught up in it. You know what I'm saying? You've been, and then you got to think too. Sometime, even though like you can see a person grinding so hard and it looks like they're having fun in their 20s and 30s, but a lot of times when you're grinding like that at that age, you're you're having fun and moments, but you're not really enjoying life, right? And we see it all the time. People go through that midlife crisis around in their 50s, and he's like, okay, I don't have to promote an artist. I don't have to go on stage with an artist. I don't have to be all up in the videos. He probably was just going through that midlife crisis stage. It's like, I got the money, got my family around me, but I'm about to have some fun the way I couldn't do before. Like, before, fun was a job. Now fun is like probably smoke, get high, freak off, or whatever it was that they was doing, and everybody experienced that part of life, that midlife crisis, different. Unfortunately,
Right,
it probably just went too far and got him in trouble.
right, right.
Yeah, but that's crazy, man. Hey, did you switching topics? Did you see? I was sitting down watching the YouTube and cocaine popped up in my feed featuring Cool Rock Ski. And I'm like, where the fuck this come from? That's so left field.
Yeah.
It was like that was just crazy to me. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all can't leave the disco one hanging.
Yeah,
That's just it. He the super legend, man. And I think a lot of them West Coast guys, they got love for, Run DMC and Fat Boys and, that whole early 80s still.
yeah,
Like that's just how we are. Shout out to Cool Rock Ski, last one left out the Fat Boys. My
yeah.
brother
Look,
Cocaine.
I don't
Yeah,
think the Fat Boys. I said this like when we talk about like groups and their impact. I don't think the Fat Boys and Houdini get enough recognition, right? For like Houdini was really like the first grown and sexy type style of music because they fit in that R&B pocket very well with their songs. You know what I'm saying? But and the Fat Boys, I mean, they were putting out movies like crazy, and they crossed over for a minute. But yeah, man, that was just left field for me to see that and even recognize like, damn, this is just left field to me.
Yeah, I would love to get Kuroski on the show.
Yeah, that'd
Shout
be
out
dope.
Cool Rock. Gotta get Cocaine on the show too, man.
Yeah. Yo, what else going on in the world?
You heard the Clipse album?
Yeah, I've been hearing bits and pieces of it. I hadn't sat down and really listened to it all the way, but everything I heard so far was fire. I just like the fact that like Malice coming back into the fold, and then that the album itself for a group from that period can still come back and get this much buzz and be this relevant. And that just goes to show Pusha T really held it down as far as like keeping things relevant and then keeping the brand, like his
Mm,
name alone was still out here, but like
mm.
just keeping the Clipse brand alive
Right,
made made it, you know, that's such a huge impact right now.
right. And if you look at it, it got like a gospel tone. When you hear it, it's like, they got in that little vein, a little
Yeah.
bit, Shout out to the Clips, man. I just got a copy of the vinyl
Okay.
autograph and stuff. Yeah, I heard
That's dope.
Stevie Wonder playing keys on there, man. That's crazy, ain't?
I didn't know that. I gotta do some research on that.
You know
That's
what I
dope.
listen for? How creative Pharrell be with his beats. How he just play with the sounds and samples, and when he don't sample like a familiar record. That's what I look for. It's like, damn, how did he
Yeah.
put these different sounds together? Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Sample.
the Clips.
I'll be. It's a few videos on YouTube where people break down samples, especially the hip hop samples, and they piece these whole songs together and they break them down to like how the artist put it together, how they reverse the sample, and all of
Hmm.
that. I just remember being in the studio, sitting there with an idea. You hear that metronome, doom, doom, doom. Then somebody making a beat, and then they pull a sample, they sample it, then they be like, "Nah, that ain't right." Then they switch the tempo a little bit, play it back, grab something else, and just be hearing it. That
Yeah,
that's such a that's an experience, man. A lot of people don't get to
yeah,
feel, and you're writing to it at that moment, or you take that beat home and it sounds completely different, and then you come back, somebody made the beat even fuller and added something else to it. That's
yeah,
I just enjoyed the process of that. I ain't
yeah.
even I enjoyed that process, and I enjoyed being on stage. Sit
Mm,
down just writing all the time. That's why I didn't do it, because that part wasn't like
mm,
I like the process of a concept to a song, creating it all from scratch, and then performing it. But it's like,
mm.
yeah, that's such a. I
It's an
think
art.
the older generation before us, they're just not understanding how unique sampling was and how they and the production skill it really took to put those sounds together like that.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to Mr. Diplomat. He had went to the Clips autograph signing party in New York, and he said Malice recognized him. And they kicked it for
Oh,
a
for
minute.
real?
Yeah, because we ran into him at A3C. We had gave him some Bodie James stuff and everything. So shout out to the
Okay,
Clip. Uh, uh,
that's dope. I mean, everybody should recognize him by now. He'd be all over the place.
yep. 50-year-old rappers is in style again.
He ran into everybody from Dave East to Gary V.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Dennis Rodman. Yeah, all of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's dope. Yeah, man. Just been keeping up with a few things in the world, and Elon Musk starting his own little political party and all that type of stuff. So it's crazy out here. I'm gonna write a rap for Elon Musk too. It's gonna be SYAD the remix. Sit your ass down and make cars.
Sit your ass down.
Right. I'm, Hey, Tesla just on steroids and shit. The kid was the first AI Tesla.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was shout out to Knight Rider. You know. Hey, you seen that Joey Badass and Gilly talking about old and young, people taking his spot and things like that.
Yeah.
What you think about that?
I don't know, man. It's just like it's unique. Anytime you talk old and young, it's hard to have. I mean, a perspective of it because it's like if you're an older person, you're gonna see things one way, right? So when you're younger, you just see the whole world in front of you and you see it different,
Mm,
right? So like I was telling this young guy that was he's damn good at golf and he was helping me with some stuff on the course and I was asking, well, how much you charge? He was like, he called me Mr. Perry. He was like, I don't know I don't know what to charge you. I said, yes, you do. I said, you're seeing the world in years and months. At my age, I see it in hours and days. You was out here 4 hours. I'm like, there's no way you should charge less than $100. So I'm giving him advice based on my age, but he's seeing it different. So when we talk music, we talk basketball. Anytime the old young debate come up, it's hard to even unless you really understand both sides and you remember when
mm.
you was young. It's just that's always just going to be a debate.
Yep, shout out to my father, man. He on the golf course right now. He'd rather be on the golf course than hanging with us. It was cool.
Hey, shit, I might be rather be on the golf course. And we gonna do a funky fresh
Got
scramble
to,
or
man.
something.
We got
Get
to.
everybody out there. They tripping on LeBron whack golf shot. Hey,
I seen Esham on the golf course. I
for
seen Big
real,
Esham. He was fooling.
man. I'm telling you, it's nothing like it because you get like I'm competitive. I'm one of the people in trying to get my handicap down to a single digit, right? So I'm competitive, playing a couple leagues and all that. But it's something about just being out there with your drinks, little speaker, and your boys, and y'all just kicking it, and y'all golfing. Maybe y'all got a little skins game going on where y'all got the bets running up and everything, talking your shit to each other.
Mm.
It's not like that. But then also some days get up, man, and just go out by myself and just be on the course by myself. They I'll go to a course, usually they're randomly with somebody, but some days you get on the course and there's nobody in front of you or behind you, and you just on the course, you playing around by yourself. So yeah, you
Hey,
avoid a
speaking
lot
of
of
go ahead.
go ahead. No, I was just saying you can avoid a lot of trouble having the right hobbies, man.
Right. Speaking of avoiding trouble, association, all that, man. What you think about that Troy Ave situation?
Which one, the most recent one or back? Because you know he's always been in some
No,
stuff.
he got in some stuff where they had some video of him last night having a shootout.
Oh, I ain't see
Oh,
that.
oh yeah, somebody was trying to rob him.
Damn. Because he had
Mhm.
that one incident with I can't think of my man name that had the podcast that kind of
Pat
jumped off.
Stone. Yeah, Pat
Yeah,
Stone.
yeah. So it's like so he's back in the heat again, huh?
Yeah, him and his homeboy leaving a chef event. They was pulling up. His
Uh-huh.
homeboy had a Rolls Royce out there. They pulling up. Troy was in the passenger. His homeboy in the driver's seat. His homeboy getting out the car, and he pretty much dancing. Like he just heard the good music and stuff.
Yeah.
And Troy getting out the car, and as his boy dancing, not paying attention, it was a robber coming around the car. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
that sounded like somebody knew they was gonna be there and was watching,
Mhm.
waiting. And
Pulled
then
out his
you know what I'm saying?
pistol.
Yeah.
Troy, they say Troy, bust him down. You know,
Hey, you can't be
but
playing, you can't be pulling up on people now, you know, you can't
allegedly, yeah.
Yeah, because everybody, you don't know what nobody got. It's like you taking that risk, that penitentiary funeral chances, you know. So
Hmm.
and and nobody's if you're attacking somebody, their instinct is not always to run. Some people it's like, I want to end this now so I don't have to worry about you later, right? So you gotta be careful out here if you're on the wrong side of the wrong side of the thought process, right? Like if that's your way of surviving, you gotta probably come up with something new.
Right,
But
right.
at the same time, man, we gotta be mindful. I know you enjoying life and all that, but sometimes when you get out the car, you just gotta be paying attention. Can't
All
be
day.
out there just all the time. You gotta be, yeah, I'm getting out of, and we seen it. Like even if you in the best part of LA or whatever, like you get out, just unless you at an event where everybody got the same, you know what I'm saying? A Rolls Royce
Right.
is just coming and it's tons of security there, and you're right in the middle of the security. But once you leave that area, you can't be out here with your guard down, you know.
Yeah, you gotta
But
circle that block a couple of times. That ain't never been played out. Circle that block
yeah,
before you pull up in that driveway. You know?
yeah. So fortunately, I mean, Troy Ave, he was, I mean, ready. So
Yeah, man. Keep your head up, Troy. Yeah,
yeah,
tell me something. You heard about the road records coming back? Suge Knight starting the road but coming back.
the row and not death row. He just gonna call it the row.
He bringing the road back, fella.
Who gonna sign to him though? Would you sign to him?
Man, nah, man. I know somebody would though. I know
Oh
somebody
yeah,
that would.
yeah. He well allegedly he used to slap people up. Is he gonna have to? He won't be doing that from jail,
Hey, that's the
But
best
he
part
probably,
about
yeah,
it.
he can probably hire somebody though. He's not gonna be all up in the videos. So that's
Uh,
good though, man. I ain't tripping. However, people got to get their money and do their thing. It's
mhm.
just sad to see um, Puffy going through it, Suge in jail. You know what I'm saying? Dame and his financial situation. All of these people that I
Irv
mean, we
Gotti
got
gone.
yeah, Herb got it gone. So Jay Prince laid back a little bit, Baby laid back. You just see it, but people we can look at it that way, but again, if you take any 3 or 5 people, you're gonna get the same outcome, right? Somebody, if you gave them all money, 3 to 5 people, somebody gonna end up financially distressed, somebody gonna die before the other. So this is just the natural process of life. You know what I'm saying? What we see and play out is just that they're all celebrities and we're so connected through the hip hop culture that everything seemed devastating. Right. So
I mean, I think too, it's a lot of lack of education there. I mean, sitting there, when I met Young MC,
mhm.
he just seemed so at peace, and I was talking to him. I'm like, yo, man, you one of the first MCs that made it feel cool to be educated, in your own
Yeah,
little way, like, to tell your parents that this guy's educated and that song Bust a Move was jamming.
yeah,
But he was like, thank you for that. But it's not a lot of people like David Banner, them guys been to college and you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So a lot of
It's
them ain't
cool.
really got educated.
They still play Bust a Move on a cruise ship.
And
they trying to ban rap. They'll play Bust a Move and
he's still
wow.
riding big Benzes and living his life.
Yeah. So
Hey,
that's
I
good.
wanted to speaking of Youngs, man, I didn't mean to cut you off, B-Boy McCoy, but rest in peace to Young Noble from the
Oh
Outlaws.
man, that was sad. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was
Yeah,
sad.
I did something on one of his projects, He gave me a drop, you know. But
Oh, that was
rest in
dope.
peace. Just a
Yeah.
little drop I put on his album. But yeah, rest in peace to the outlaw right there. You know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You got, people got to be checked on. You just never know. Like, um, I think sometimes people look at the entertainment industry um, like it's something like it is a different lifestyle, but it's like I feel like either some people in the entertainment industry or people on the outside looking in, we forget people are still human. They still got the same emotions, trouble, trauma, and everything going on with them. And again, as you mature and get older, you start looking at life different. You start looking at all the regrets you may have. You start looking at all the success. And if you're not continually having those same success stories or opportunities, you can start having a lot of regrets. So you got to start adapting to life and appreciating the life that you do have and even appreciating like what you accomplished. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
sometimes you got to realize like you one in a million when it comes to some of this, even the smallest bit. Like, for example, people always talk about one hit wonders, right? But that's still one in a million. How many people make a hit record? You know what I'm saying? Like, it so for someone to be in that lifestyle and have the exposure to life and then have a regret like I never had another hit or I never had the life I wanted and I'm dealing with all of these personal issues. I'm supposed to be this or whatever. You never know what can make somebody depressed or what they're going through. So, you know, as artists coming up, you just got to keep yourself grounded, man, and appreciate the time while you got it and learn how to age well. You know what I'm saying? And that don't just mean looking good. That means mentally being stable, so
Totally. Yeah, totally. Yeah. What do you think about the little meats and big meats situation?
oh man, I've been saying it for the longest. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't know none of these people personally, but I just and I know OGs personally, right? When you come home, you have to, unless you're like connected to the outside world, like truly connected, maybe you didn't do a long stretch, you did 5 here or whatever, you came out, you went back in. But I really think, and this is just my opinion, and from the guys I know that like they was young boys, and I mean when I say young boys, like YBI or down with those crews back in the day, and they
Mhm.
did 20 plus years, and they come out. Just stay off the internet for a while. Like get your bearings and understand how the internet moves and works, and then see like who your tribe is, like where the people in your age group is at, because the young people know you through legend, right? And every time you go on the internet, you're exposing yourself to be the opposite of what they believe you are. And in addition to that, if you got thick skin and it don't bother you, that's cool. But we gotta keep in mind that's a whole brand, right? They can come out with clothing. They could have came out with music. They could have got sponsorship. They could have got paid probably thousands of dollars to do interviews. You know what I'm saying? But the more stuff you do, and you're not used to the internet, because a lot of the internet is a facade. And if you were real, you're coming out thinking they're adapting to the real world, and it's just not like that. So to see that, and then to see Lil Meech go through that, and I see he was just arrested and people accusing him of snitching and all this other stuff, it's like, man, damn, if we could just everybody's attacking their brand now and their image and the whole thing with 50. It's just like a lot going on, but it just seemed like it's all internet based. right? If we just stay off the internet, do the show, don't really link up with people, read the landscape, understand what's going on, and then it in my opinion, it was just bigger money to get
Right.
out there. And I'm just not seeing I just don't think, yeah, I don't, I just don't get it, man. I don't get it. I know some people that came home and they just stayed low before they even touched the Facebook or Instagram and page. And if they did, they only went on there to reconnect with an old flame or something they had or
Right.
something like that. But they didn't jump on trying to be young or relive their past or get the new people to like them or post all their old pictures from when they was the man in the hood. They just stayed quiet when it got a regular 9 to 5 and came up. And then eventually people was running up to him like, I didn't know you was home. Let's get a flick. And he popular and never posted anything. You know what I'm saying? He hood popular, but it's just one of those things, man. But yeah, it's crazy. I can't say it's sad. It's just crazy. Like the internet will tear you down so quick, and I just think I don't know, man.
Yeah, while we in Southwest Detroit, talking about BMF, Louise Sharp, from the Arizona Cardinals, just passed away at 65. That was DJ Dez's cousin.
Yeah,
They from Cuba. His funeral was next week, but he's like everywhere and CNN everywhere these last couple of days. But shout out to the family, the Sharp family, DJ Dez. Um,
yeah.
but he mentioned about him. That's like their first big success story in his family was him playing for the Cardinals.
Wow,
So yeah. Um,
man, it's crazy, man. But
yeah.
yeah,
Too. I want y'all to get hip to this man, J84 from Australia. He got an album. I don't know if you can see the artwork. Still got the shrink wrap on it.
that's
It's called
dope.
16 Seasons, man. It's my young boys from Australia. I got a
It's
couple of
called what?
tracks.
16
16
seasons.
Seasons, yeah.
Okay.
J84.
All
Yeah,
right, that's dope.
yeah,
Yeah, we got to start reviewing some music or something on here, man, because
yeah.
it's a lot of dope stuff out there. And then sometimes I just be catching stuff, and I don't even be knowing who the artist is, and then it'll come back on. Then eventually I get hip to it. Then you start going down a rabbit hole of all their music. And what I really appreciate about hip hop is getting put on to somebody. Maybe they got a song that one or two songs to start popping, then before, years ago, somebody have a song that's popping and you might can find a tape or something or an old mixtape they did, right? Now, if they've been building up for say 8 years and finally they starting to get a larger audience to where it reach your ear, you get the pleasure of going back through their whole catalog because it's online. You can see like where their style came from, how they developed over time, how they improved, the sound they had, the production, everything up to the point where you like, oh yeah, they legit, right?
Right.
So I appreciate that about music. If I can say if there's one thing better about music in general and entertainment in general, is it's so much easier to access people's catalog before they blew up. So I want to hear their music so I can see and then go back into the archives and see what else is out there on them.
Mhm. Yeah, that's what's up, man. Artists that's got catalog or persistent with their music, man. That's just have it available. Keep the physical product on. You
Yeah,
know, I'm actually helping him getting this joint out around the United States, all the US stores. He got Swift and Buzz Scooter on here.
Oh, that's dope.
Conniver's on here. He really a Detroit fan. You know what I'm saying? Bizarre's on here.
Oh,
J84, man, 16 seasons. Y'all check that
all
out,
right.
man.
So
But yeah,
he went and got all the D12 and put them. They all on separate songs.
yeah. He got a couple of the
Yeah,
guys on separate. So he just broke his bread with, and to see the guy, he hustled up and he broke bread with the guys in the United States, and that's always a beauty thing, as well, where they go into the family trees and invest in those artists in the cities. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
especially being from Australia, you know.
All
But
right.
shout out to nephew LaRock, man. I wanted to say happy birthday to him too, Reg. Go ahead, Reg. What you about to say?
Um. All right. So we gonna call this. We gonna call hood versus, right? Not hood versus. I think versus is all hood, but let's call it underground versus. I'm gonna give you a couple verses that you would like to see, and tell me who you think would win, or who you think would be your favorite. So um let's say like the whole Helter Skelter Duck Down, and then the Outsiders, right? Do you think that'll be a dope versus?
Yeah, I mean New Jersey and Brooklyn like that. They both was like
You got
super rugged.
lyrics. Yep, you
Yeah.
got ruggedness, you got lyrics, you got the energy.
But I think, outsiders they got some jams, but Helter Skelter with, no fear and all
Yeah,
that left, let's go sky, all that stuff, man.
yeah.
You know, I can see the environment happening, like where you had
But
like those guys, New Jersey versus New York on that type of level.
yeah, I could just see I could see the verbal wars going back and forth, and the style. It's so many styles and rhyme patterns between the two cliques. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Mhm.
you you know how somebody rap, and it's not like some people rap and they'll just rap fast and you just catching along. But when you listen to either one of them crews, it seemed like their cadence is a beat in itself. Like you just like you can't help but, and the bar just like, so it's like yeah, it's I think that'll be interesting just to see them in concert together. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like a little tour or something like that.
Mhm.
You just like song after song, bar after bar, style
Right.
after style, just the variety of styles, the voice differences. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Shout out to the outsiders, Pace One, Young Z, as is,
Yeah.
Miss Lane Khan, all of them.
And the reason I brought that up is because sometimes you see crews like that and you can just see like the studio sessions, you can just hear it like you had everybody was sharpening each other. Everybody was developing their own style at the same time, influencing each other to be better. So yeah, I think them two crews don't get enough love for how they, what I'm saying, how they impacted the game.
At the same time, if outsiders had like a Drew Ha, just like the Duck Down did an anniversary show.
Yeah,
Um, you know, those guys and those eras of being competitive on a rhyme and you know, uh, you know, at that, to balance out that in the business, the beauty to see Duck Down still moving, how Buckshot was so about business and Drew How was so about protecting a brand. You know,
right.
I, it's just like uh, Redman. He's so much bigger.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Being from New Jersey, they need a lot more. You know, muscle to get bust through certain things. I mean, he's up there with Busta Rhymes almost. You know,
Yeah.
just you know, so for them to have a consistent Redman tour with the lights and the glam and all that stuff, man. I think it go back to the business again. How how you brand things and putting things in effect. And I think a lot of them guys that's leaving those big labels now and working these independent routes is seeing what went into them for so many years, where they have to, you know, get over that hump, that battle competition hump, and say, okay, let me get into these lights and just in these platforms. And I think Busta Rhymes made a good transition with incorporating the fashion more, to brand them more and be so consistent on putting albums out, whether the music is good or not. But
Yeah.
to be on those different tours, you see how Redman do a lot of shows with Method Man more than his self solo. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, it's all
So,
about collaborations and the right team. Because
yeah.
when I look at the outsiders and some of their body of work, you like, man, you just be like one one element away from getting over the hump to being a Wu Tang or something like that. Because you see all the same elements there in a lot of these crews, or you see even like with solo artists, right? You see it be like one or two missing elements where it just be like, damn, they just had to did this or had this formula or whatever. It could have took them over the hump. Because we always rooting for the underdogs, right? But it's like, is the underdog taking advantage of the opportunities, or where do they want their career to go? Or what type of music do they want to put out? What type of image do they want to, put themselves out as? Because I seen an interview with Father MC, and he was like, none of that was my idea. I wasn't even trying to go that direction. But he sat down and met, and they was like, look, this is what we offering you, but this is the sound we want. And that's what worked for him. And
Hmm.
he probably would have been, I don't know, Barsha or Granddaddy IU, somebody that was good rapping, but they just didn't rise to the top on that level. So
Hmm.
yeah,
It's protecting your business, like they said the other day. It's just your brand, protecting your name, your brand. I think that's just what it all goes. No matter how, when you went into the world and you playing these soul games with these people and this and that, and say,
right.
okay, how would I, you know, if I make Uchi Coochie La 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 and this is all they know, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I need to
It
go
go
make
back
some
to the one
condoms.
hit. Yeah. It go
I
back to
mean,
that one hit wonder though, because your one hit wonder can also scar you for life. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like Young MC don't have to worry about that. Ain't nobody really gonna tease him for making Bust a Move, right? That song gonna be timeless, whether you don't think it's hard enough or whatever. But you're gonna still hear Bust a Move on cruise ships, right?
Right.
Years after everybody gone. But like you said, what was it? Uchi Coochie La La La. It's like, come on, man.
So that's a porno anthem. He can license to the porno. I was like,
Yeah.
OnlyFans. Hey, my
You can't even
OnlyFans and TikTok.
you can't even play that song really after 2018. It's a lot of it's a lot of songs and it's a lot of lyrics that just didn't age well, or or the like you get your friends, I'm gonna bring my friends and we gonna be friends, right? It was harmless when you said like that's just people hook up. Your girls hook up with my boys, we gonna hook. But now hearing somebody say that, it's like, what was it? But um, yeah, man, it's just funny. But I hope our artists at least have one hit. That's
Yeah,
my prayer.
Be persistent at it, man. It'll happen. You know, it's just and it's really marketing half the time. Period. It's how you market it, that stuff. TikTok
Yep.
and shit show you that now
Hey
nowadays, you
man,
know.
all it, I'll tell people, man, if you can make one hit, like a legit hit that's almost timeless or close to it, but still do a full body of work, make a good solid album. You never
Mhm.
know when a Luther Vandross gonna come along and remake your shit and make
Right.
it theirs, but you still getting part of that check. You know,
Hmm.
hey, it's a lot of B-side songs then being remade, and you like, I didn't even know it was out before then. You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I
just
was
make
just
good
listening.
music.
Yes, it. I was
Yeah,
just listening to man, I was going through my pops crates, man, and he was like, I'm gonna want to get rid of all these records, but he had so many Patrice Russian albums in there. It was it was covered
yeah,
with her autograph and all that stuff on there. I'm listening to all these songs that didn't hit, but it was just it's nice work, man. I didn't realize how instrumental she was too, you know.
yeah,
But, yeah, shout out to just people that got classics and that people end up to find them later. I don't know if you remember the Sandman documentary back in the days, and they how big that
yeah,
guy was from Southwest Detroit, and he was working at Ford or Chrysler every day, and all his B sides and shit was sampled by Large Professor Sample. You're the man, you're
yeah,
the man. The dude is from Southwest Detroit, and his records was blowing up in Africa. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And all these foreign places, but you gotta, keep once you're on that vinyl, man. Stress that music out. Let the music go on tour.
yeah.
And that's what it's about, man. But yeah, man, thanks for another episode. We still out cold.
Funky fresh in the flesh, and we never fold.
Yeah.
We gonna
We
see
want y'all
y'all
to,
on the next
yeah, yeah,
episode.
yeah. We got more in store. We got some vintage footage coming along. We want y'all to hit subscribe, like, share, and comment on our page. We had the tape guy on there from
Yeah.
Australia, Rap Taste. He got a lot of like friends and foes, but y'all keep commenting. You know what I'm saying? It's good to see people engaging. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know what's funny, man? Like some of them artists, I wonder where some of them artists at now in the interview, just to see like where they at now. That'd be good to catch up because we got some local celebrities like classics. We interviewed a lot, but it's still some people like in different states. Like you know how you. I remember visiting Atlanta and hearing the first time I heard Ghetto Mafia, right? Or just groups that never had like large success or they were like just well known in their region, man. It just be good to talk to some of those guys now and get their stories. So I would love to bring some of those stories online
Mhm.
and see what's going on. But yep,
Yeah. Who was the hottest MC in Utah, man? Hit us up. No.
the
Man,
coldest
take us
nigga in
back.
Nebraska. All right, y'all. Funky fresh in the flesh, and we out.